We are Black Hawk. We are Minnesota.
Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. Against the New York Yankees in a special pregame tribute to Jim Thome. Let's join public address announcer Adam Abrams.
All season long, we have been marking Jim Thome's trek towards baseball history, his quest to reach the 600 home run milestone. When the Twins last left town, the sign in center field illustrated that Jim was too shy of that milestone. With 2 swings on Monday night, Jim Thome reached that number, a number that only a select few ball players have reached. An elite club that includes none other than the Kid, the Sultan of SWAT, the Say Hey Kid, and Hammer and Hank. On Monday night, Jim Thome hit career home run number 600, and he accomplished it in back-to-back at-bats.
That's hit to left center and hit pretty well.
Get out of here.
This is back, and this is number 599.
Oh, there it is. Good call. That was my call. I said to right field, but it doesn't matter. It's a 2-run home run for Jim Thome. 599. Congratulations, Jim Thome.
Here's the 2-1 on the way to Thome. Curveball hit in the air to left field. That's hit well. Young is back at the fence. It is gone. Jim Thome has hit his 600th. Jim Thome becomes the 8th man in the history of Major League Baseball to hit 600 home runs. And the respect that he has earned through a long and productive career is on full display as in Detroit they stand and applaud. The Twins team files out of the dugout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 8th member of the 600 Home Run Club, number 25, Jim Thome. Jim is joined by his wife Andrea, his kids Lila and Landon, and his father Chuck. Of course, Jim wasn't finished in Detroit. He hit number 601 last night and the Twins win. Jim's journey to 600 began 20 years ago with the Cleveland Indians and has wound through Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Minnesota. Let's take a look at his milestone moments.
Uh-oh, fly ball deep to right, and Thome's first big league home run.
Here's a high fly ball to deep left. This is headed toward the wall, and it's gone.
High and deep to left, and goodbye.
It's number 200 of his big league career.
Run later at 299.
Drilled to center, and that's gone.
Career number 300 for Jim Thome.
3-2. Hit in the air, deep right center field. It's way back. Back goes Rio. Looks up. That ball is gone. Number 400. Jim Thome. There is some time to give the Thomers to take the 400 home run.
Thome waits for the 3-2. Here it is. The snap. Left side field. He's going to join the 300 top. Thome's his 400.
Deep to left field. This ball's high. It's deep. Number 600 for Jim Thome.
Everybody out on the field. All the Twins.
Please direct your attention to the left field fence as we unveil the official milestone logo. This commemorative mark will adorn the left field fence for the remainder of the season. Seven players before have scaled the 600 home run mountain. Ken Griffey Jr. sent out a written note of congratulations on Tuesday, and two of the game's greatest took time to welcome Jim to the 600 Club.
Let me congratulate you, Jim Thome, on 21 great years. Reaching 600 home runs certainly is a milestone, and I want to be the first one to congratulate you and wish you well. Congratulations.
In my lifetime, I never thought I would get to 600 when I first started in 1951. I watched Thome for many years when he was with Cleveland. He was with the Phillies, he was with the Dodgers, but he has always been a gentleman. And I like to say congratulations to you, Thome. Welcome to the club.
The seventh player to reach number 600 is in the ballpark tonight and would like to congratulate Jim on this accomplishment. With 626 career homers, please welcome Yankees third baseman Alex Rodriguez. For 20 years, Jim Thome has exemplified the good in baseball through his kindness and humility, and he has given so much back to the game. The commissioner, Bud Selig, recognizes Jim's impact on the game and sent along these thoughts.
Well, it's an honor for me, Jim, to congratulate you on this most historic occasion of hitting your 600th home run, and I really want to congratulate you. But above all, you have really, really represented our sport beautifully off the field. You've done it with grace and with dignity and made all of us very, very proud. So congratulations, Jim. This is really a great day for all of us, but especially for you and your family. And I want you to know how proud we are in baseball.
Jim Thome's swings, his actions on the field, have made us watch and wonder. But in much the same manner, he has made an impact off the field. Jim and his family have donated extensive amounts of time and money to help charitable organizations throughout his career, including the Twins Community Fund. Tonight, the Twins are proud to announce that a baseball diamond in Twins territory will be renovated as part of the Fields for Kids program, and it will bear Jim Thome's name forever. Thank you, Jim. The Twins organization would like to present Jim a token of appreciation to help commemorate reaching this major milestone. Please welcome Twins General Manager Bill Smith.
Good evening. The Twins have been very fortunate to have Jim Thome on our side for the past 2 seasons. He is a fierce competitor, a leader, a winner, an all-star, and a future Hall of Famer. Jim and his wife, Andrea, are committed to helping others less fortunate than they are. Among their many acts of kindness is a wonderful event in January held in Peoria, Illinois, to benefit the Illinois Children's Hospitals. The Twins are thrilled to present a Crystal Starburst to Jim to commemorate his 600th home run earlier this week. Each of the 6 stars represents a 100 milestone home run over his distinguished career. On behalf of the entire Twins organization, congratulations, Jim, and keep swinging.
The Minnesota Twins have had a front row seat for the better part of Jim Thome's career. Jim has hit 57 homers against Minnesota, and in the last 2 seasons, 37 long balls for the Twins, 94 of his 601 home runs. Tonight, Jim's current teammates want to say thanks and congratulations. Please welcome the balance of the 2011 Minnesota Twins.
Jim, obviously we can't give you what you've given us, and that's professionalism, teaching us how to be on and off the field, and also giving us a first front row view to history being made. We can't duplicate that, but we can give you a few items to show our appreciation to you. So the first thing we got you is this jersey, saying 600, signed by the whole team. And the second thing, we got you a big fishing lure. What this fishing lure represents, we've heard you talk time and time again about how you wanted to take your dad to Wollaston Lake Lodge out there in Saskatchewan, Canada. So we got you a gift for you and your dad for a 4-day fishing visit, fishing cruise to Wollaston Lake Lodge.
Fans, once again, let's hear it for number 25.
More congratulations for a man who deserves so much has given so much to the game of baseball, and a very touching tribute here at Target Field. It's almost game time. 1st to 4 between the Twins and the Yankees. It'll be Brian Dunsing starting for the...
And applaud.
Door in the left field fence for the remainder of the season. Number 600, and he accomplished it in back.
Out to his right field position for the first time at the major league level.
Hey, if you can hit, and if you can also be a Division I quarterback and an all-state basketball player, maybe right field isn't that much of a stretch. We'll see. And the Twins have 40 games left, 4 of them here against New York. They actually have another trip to New York for a one-game stopover on a Monday because of a rainout. Derek.
Start his 25th appearance, his second start against the Yankees. Kind of a rematch here in Minnesota as it was on April 5th in New York. Dunsing against C.C. Sabathia. In that ballgame, Dunsing gave up 4 runs early, 3 in the first inning off a 3-run home run to Mark Teixeira, and then 1 run in the second, and then he put zeros on the board. C.C. Sabathia got a no decision. It's the only Twins win this year. Came in 10 innings. And what Dunsing needs to do is stay away from the multi-run innings.
That Rene Tassoni would be the left fielder, Ben Revere would be the center fielder, and Joe Mauer would be the right fielder.
Well, a lot of injuries, a lot of things happened to the Twins throughout the summer, and it's created that, so you move on. But the New York Yankees, they're such a good offensive ball club that you do not, as a pitcher, you know you're going against C.C. Sabathia. It's kind of like Nick Blackburn the other day against Justin Verlander. You know, you don't want to get those innings that you give up more than 1 run, and that's what happened to Blackburn. He gave up a couple runs and then 2 more and then 3, and all of a sudden, you know, the Twins lost 7-1.
Joe Girardi, the manager of the Yankees, and Derek Jeter standing in. Of course, Jeter a couple of weeks ago had his own milestone in a 5-hit game. One of them was a home run and his 3,000th career hit. First pitch hacked back to the screen, strike 1.
Hey, now has 3,045 hits for Derek Jeter. Dunsing making his 2nd regular season career start against the Yankees. The other one coming in April. He faced them twice in postseason and didn't fare too well.
Driven to right. Mauer watches it drip back into the seats. 2 strikes.
Home run, you know you want to win. And that pitch right there, very, very close. And that's a big pitch for Dunsing, pitching inside both sides of the plate.
1-2 to Jeter. Brian O'Nora, the home plate umpire. And up the middle, a base hit. He's come off the disabled list, and he's put together one of the best extended streaks hitting in his Hall of Fame career.
Shuts a short, compact swing, almost like a Paul Molitor type swing.
So Jeter aboard and Curtis Granderson to the plate.
For the Seattle Mariners, slow curveball, Toronto Blue Jays. The 95 RBIs, that's the most in the American League.
$111 runs scored. Foul back.
Yeah, the thing is, not only 111 runs scored, it's who's in second place. Batista in second with runs on the year compared to the 476 for the Twins.
2 strikes to Granderson. And inside. You know, the irony is, and it's a measure of how much Granderson has improved since coming over to the Yankees. If he were still wearing a Tiger uniform, he might not have started tonight with the left-hander going. He, toward the end of his Detroit days, was not much more than a platoon player. He was a little nubber, and Butera's going to make the play, throwing to first, and Jeter goes to second.
Keep an eye on Granderson. It seemed to me like he really lowered his hands a little bit, rather than where we saw him with his hands up at the shoulder. So maybe next at bat we'll look at that and maybe get Ron Coomer's opinion on Granderson's stance.
1 out, 1 on, and here's Teixeira. Teixeira's batting average way down from where it normally is, but the power and run production still very much there.
As a right-handed hitter, hitting .289. And it was Teixeira kind of put a damper on Brian Dunsing's outing on April 5th with a 3-run home run in the first inning.
There's a strike, 1-1. Much better right-handed hitter than left-handed batter.
You can see power from both sides of the plate. Teixeira in his 3rd season with the Yankees.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. So Dunsing has had 1-2 counts on the first 3 batters.
Yeah, that good pitch right there. I've already seen Dunsing trying to work inside with the fastball. Then that last pitch, a good changeup down and away. Great location. He's coming off an outing against the Indians where he struck out a career 9, even though the Twins lost 3-1.
2-2.
Dunsing pitched a good ball game against the Cleveland Indians. 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. But again, that's a game that Josh Tomlin pitched very well for the Indians.
Fouled into the seat, still 2-2.
Whatever's hit out to Joe Mauer, I hope it's like that. You know, just a nice fly ball. You don't need something that, you know, you have to go back over your head or come charging in. Just give him a nice fly ball to just kind of get his feet on the ground, because I'm sure he's pretty nervous out there.
2-2.
Look at that. He's already created a patch mark.
Inside, and that didn't hit him, and Butera is able to get to it before Jeter can advance to 3rd. 3-2 now. Robinson Cano on deck. Yankees with a 1st inning threat. Runner at 2nd and 1 out. Walked him. So he got ahead of him 1-2 and then lost him to a walk. 1st and 2nd, 1 out.
I mentioned Dunsing making his 24th start, 139 innings coming into this game, 158 hits allowed, 43 walks, 3 intentional with 101 strikeouts. He's given up 16 home runs. Opponents hitting 288, left-handers hitting only 215, but right-handers 314. 100-point difference.
So you find your way through Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira. You got a little situation, and now here comes Cano, their cleanup hitter, and the winner of the home run derby at the All-Star break.
Yeah, normally would be Alex Rodriguez in this spot, but Alex Rodriguez on a disabled list, had right knee surgery. He's looking to be maybe activated in this 4-game series.
Down low, ball 1. Cano hitting left-handers much better than right-handers this year, but he has grounded into 17 double plays to lead the team, and that's exactly what Dunsing needs here, or would like to get here.
He's had 13 double plays turned behind him, but you don't want to fall behind on this Yankee ball club. Make him swing the bat early if you can.
Driven foul, 1-1. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. Yankees with a half-game lead over Boston in the East, but it's a foregone conclusion they will be in the playoffs. One team will win the division, the other will go in as a wild card. 1-1 to Cano. Little pop-up. And Valencia. Infield fly rules called, so Cano is retired for the 2nd out.
Good pitch right there. Got in on Cano where he jammed himself.
Maybe we ought to clarify the infield fly rule. We try to explain it from time to time on a ball like that. If the ball's in fair territory, the batter's out. But if Valencia were to drop that ball, it's just a strike.
Right.
And the at-bat or plate appearance continues.
Yeah, that play is put in, so, you know, Valencia, if he is in fair territory, doesn't drop the ball, and then you know, it's easy double play. So it's an automatic out to the hitter if the ball is in fair territory.
Nick Swisher, the hitter, the designated hitter for the Yankees, as Dunsing tries to weave his way out of trouble here in the 1st inning. And that misses, ball 1.
Swisher a switch hitter, hitting .342 as a right-handed hitter, only .239 as a left-handed hitter. 3 of his 14 home runs from the right side of the plate, and 2 for 4 lifetime against Dunsing.
There's a strike. People expect excellence from the Yankees, so maybe this isn't that surprising a stat, but against left-handed starters this year, the Yankees are 26-11. You rattle off some of their numbers. The switch hitters generally have done better from the right side than the left side. Cano hits left-handers well, 2-1.
Well, that same excellence should be on every ball club, all 29 other ball clubs. You want to play like these guys. Yes, they have some of the best players in the game of baseball, but you know, you go out there and you bust your tail end, and you want to be like the Yankees because they win year after year.
Bouncer to short. Shioka over to Morneau. A hit, a walk, no damage done. Scoreless, top of the first. Winning a series in Detroit 2-1, and hoping to have a good homestand, starting with a good series here against the Yankees. The Menards batting order has Ben Revere leading off, Trevor Plouffe hitting second, then Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Jim Thome in the lineup as the designated hitter, then Danny Valencia, Rene Tassoni, Tsuyoshi Nishioka, and Drew Vitero.
And it's CC Sabathia on the mound for the Yankees, looking for win number 17 on the year. His 27th start. Don't let his hiccup that he's had over the last couple starts fool you. This guy's got nasty stuff, and he's got a season's worth of career starts against the Twins. This is his 30th career start against the Minnesota Twins. He's 13-8. He's worked 198 innings against the Twins in his career,
and he's been pretty much lights out against them ever since he came over to the Yankees. One strike to Ben Revere. That's to left. Gardner makes the catch, so Revere hit it hard. Gardner playing Revere in shallow left field, ranges over to make the catch, 1-away. Check out the Yankees in the field. Gardner and Revere both have lightning speed. Granderson in center, Andrew Jones in right. Eduardo Nunez in for at least one more night for Alex Rodriguez. Jeter, Cano up the middle, Teixeira at first, and Francisco Cervelli behind the plate. What a gorgeous night here at Target Field. And Trevor Plouffe standing in against CC Sabathia. Strike one.
There are a lot of guys in this lineup that have never faced CC Sabathia. Trevor Plouffe, one of them. Rene Tassoni. Ben Revere, that was his first at bat against CC.
That's hit to the gap in left center. Granderson plays it on a hop, does cut it off. Plouffe is going to dig for two. And here's the throw to second. Out at second base. Granderson almost had that ball skip past him. He caught it. Plouffe tried for second and was thrown out.
Well, it's aggressive play right there by Trevor Plouffe, but as hard as he hit it, when he rounds first base, he has to be able to see that Granderson made a pretty good play. The ball cut off right there, and then Granderson, pretty accurate arm out in center field. A one-hop to no. Looked like Plouffe got his foot in there. Yeah. But DJ Rayburn calling him safe. Or excuse me, out.
Yeah. Here's Mauer. Up and in, ball one.
7 outfield assists for Granderson.
There's 3 errors on the year. The Twins have hit 2 balls hard against Sabathia. And Mauer takes a strike, 1-1.
He's coming off 2 outings. In his last start, he gave up 5 home runs. He's only given up 13 the whole season long, and he gave up 5 to the Tampa Bay Rays in New York. All solo home runs. And he still pitched 8 innings, even though he lost that ball game 5-1. They say that's the control of his fastball that's really been the problem over the last couple starts. Prior to that, he pitched in Fenway Park. He gave up 7 earned runs. So 12 earned runs for Sabathia over his last 14 innings.
2-1 to Mauer. And a liner to left. So a line out, a single with a throw out at second, and now Mauer with a base hit, and that gets Morneau to the plate.
You see the breaking ball right there, and Joe just inside out swing. Good hand eye coordination, of course. Hitting that softly in the left field.
Here's Morneau, got the big hit for the Twins late last night. And he takes up an in, ball one. It looked like Jose Valverde was going to pitch out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. He fell behind Morneau, and he grounded a single up the middle to score 2 runs.
Valverde fell behind 2-0. Justin looked for the fastball, hit it right back up the middle, and the Twins ended up beating that ball, or winning that ball game 6-5.
That's deep to right. Hit a very long way. Gone! A 2-run home run for Morneau. That ball was crushed.
That was a smoker. For Justin Morneau, his first home run since the end of May when he hit one in Detroit.
Joe Girardi's going to come out and maybe ask for another look, a review.
Even Justin kind of stood right there to make sure it stayed fair.
That view, it looks like it did go foul. So they're going to review it. So don't do what I've already done, and that is mark up your scorebook, because it looks like that one's going to get reversed. And of course, Joe Girardi has a great angle because he's in the third base dugout by the opening, by the on deck circle, and he may have gotten the best look of all right down the line.
Yeah, they're going to go review it right here. Jim Wolf, the first base umpire, always hard because, you know, they're watching the flight of the ball and then trying to spin around and try to see the flight of the ball.
There's Girardi's view right down the line. There's the swing. Watch the flight of the ball. Watch the height in relation to the foul pole itself.
Yeah, sad to say, I think that home run's going to be taken away. See, Justin's watching it himself.
A little body English there, trying to keep that thing fair. But I think he's going to come back to the batter's box.
Well, it was a high fastball, and they say in New York that's Sabathia's last couple starts. He's been getting that fastball up. Try to show you the ball. best we can.
Yeah, but see, it went over the pole. See, that's the part that did it go over the foul pole. You look at that replay, and that home run might stand because it was high enough and actually went over the very top of the foul pole.
I'm going to try to find the ball right.
Oh, it's a little bit higher than that. It's right above the foul pole, adjacent to the building.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
yeah.
I see.
See, that's
there,
what
yeah.
You look at that replay, you think that home run might stand because of where it was. It was hit so far beyond the foul pole that it may have actually crossed directly over the pole. So the first replay we showed you was a little misleading because it landed in foul territory, but the arc of the ball was so high,
right,
it may have gone directly over the foul pole.
And the umpires will get almost the same view that we got right there.
I would think so.
That last one, you know, that even though I circled it wrong, I couldn't really tell on my telly, but on the other monitors here, you could definitely see how high that ball was.
I'm guessing that's going to stand. If they look at that, it has to be. Well, we'll find out from the umpires. No home run.
And Ron Gardenhire is going to come out and question the call.
There's no way they can look at that last replay and conclusively prove that it was foul. Can't be done. He hit it right over the foul pole. The ball landed beyond the seating area, I believe.
Brian O'Nora, the crew chief, again trying to explain to Ron Gardenhire why they called it foul.
And you can read Gardy's lips.
Over the foul pole.
With an extra word or two thrown in there, but on that last replay we showed,
I can't say those. They get me in trouble.
He's got a very valid point. Gardy's been tossed. I don't blame him. You can't argue these reversals. So he's arguing now with Jim Wolf, who made the original call. And to me, there's no way they can conclusively prove that the ball was foul. All right. Now, right now, that ball is over the foul pole. Now, on that replay, it looks foul.
Right. That's the one I wonder if they looked at, but you see where the ball landed. But then we show this one, you can see it over the foul pole. Boy, it's hard to, yeah, you can see it drop right there.
So Gardenhire's gone, and there is no home run for Morneau, at least not yet. I don't think it's supposed to work that way.
Well, the count is 1-1 now, and Joe Mauer at first base, and 2 outs.
The ejection was all but automatic as soon as Gardy lingered at all out there. 1-2.
At the slider right there, some Sabathia.
So Mauer back at first, and Morneau back in the box. 1-2. Blocked by Cervelli. 2-2.
Well, opponent's hitting .241 off of Sabathia. He's given up 13 home runs. Left-handers only .203. And right-handers .254.
There's a strikeout that ends the inning. Morneau spikes his bat, and the fans are upset, and they've probably got a pretty good reason to be upset. The Yankees lost the game against the Royals yesterday on a disputed home run by Billy Butler, and now they get one back in the bottom of the first. by Penter. Top of the second, no score. The Yankees threatened. For that matter, the Twins did too. But we got another replay we want to show you, which I think will conclusively prove that it was not a home run. Here's Andrew Jones, and he takes one up and away. Watch this third angle, and there's a white dot that's about to descend on this side of the foul pole.
Now keep an eye on that. I'm going to clear it. I'm sorry, but you can almost see the ball in front of the pole.
On the second replay, it looked like it went over the pole, but on this last one, it's clear the arc. It was on its descending arc before it got to the pole.
Right.
And it drifted on the foul side of the foul pole. 2-1. High fly center field. Revere back. Making the catch 410 feet from home plate.
All right, we're going to try circling this again. Keep an eye on the foul pole and then where the ball is as it starts to drop right in there. Now keep an eye. You can see the ball all the way through. It's not behind the foul pole. It's in front of the foul pole.
Which means it's a foul ball. Yep.
Jones gave it a ride to the deepest part of here, target field, 411 feet.
Eduardo Nunez. Foul tip, 1 strike. So we showed 3 replays. One looked like it could have been fair, but the other 2 showing that it was in fact foul. Plouffe has it go off the tip of his glove. Nunez has a hit. Mauer fires to second base. Nothing new there. Just came to second base from a different direction.
Yeah, Joe gets to show off his arm even a little bit more out there. Nunez in replace of Alex Rodriguez, but gets that ball sharply, and you see Trevor Plouffe play it off to the side, and then Mauer getting in front of it and getting it back in. So second hit for the Yankees.
Here's Francisco Cervelli. Russell Martin does most of the catching for the Yankees. Cervelli getting the start here. Up and away, ball 1.
Cervelli started the season on a disabled list, activated in late April in his 4th season with the Yankees. Joe Girardi, former catcher, in his 3rd season managing the New York Yankees. Excuse me, his 4th season.
Nunez back to the bag. Nunez on the season, 18 steals, 23 tries.
The Yankees like to run. They and the Kansas City Royals have the most stolen bases in the American League, 120. Twins have 67.
Foul back out of play.
You see Dunsing pretty quick home, so tough the guy to run against. Only 11 attempts against Dunsing, only 5 successful so far this year.
.30 pitches so far for Dunsing. 1-2.
Good fastball inside. Cervelli putting his arms up like he thought that ball was inside. Rob Thompson, the third base coach, going through signs. Nick Callagher, former infielder at first base for the Yankees first base coach.
1-2. A little bit low. Not according to Foxtrot. Dunsing got called second strike. He couldn't get the third one called there.
I thought he threw a pretty good pitch to Jeter. His 0-2 pitch looked close, but then Jeter on the next pitch got the base hit up the middle.
Foul back. Even the Cervellis of the world seem to do this in this Yankee lineup. Very few quick outs. You get long counts, foul balls. Posada's catching days are behind him. He's designated hitter and a part-time one at that now. 2-2. Bouncer toward the hole, and it'll be off of Nishioka's glove. And Nunez will go to third. So first and third, one away. Cervelli not called out on the pitch down around the knees. 2 pitches later, a base hit.
All right, just got a pitch down and hits that ground ball. Nishioka got to be able to get that ball in his glove. Watch Nishioka's glove right there. Hits the heel of his glove and then deflects away, and that allows Nunez, who was going to stop at second, go to third. So runners at the corners for the Yankees and 1 out.
3 hits, a walk in the first 8 plate appearances. Here's Brett Gardner. That's hit to right. Mauer retreats. Makes the catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Nunez. So the extra base he was able to get leads to a Yankee run.
Well, Gardner picking up his 31st RBI. And Joe doing the right thing. And it was a nice, easy fly ball for Joe. He just had to go back a little bit, gun out underneath it, and then get the ball back into second base on a 1-hop P. Watch Joe. First major league fly ball. Gets underneath it. And then gets it into second base.
I think he's using Jason Kubel's glove out there in right field. Outside, ball 1. Jeter singled to center. He has done what the Twins were hoping a lot of their players would do in coming off the disabled list. Jeter hitting just under 350 since coming off the disabled list. The fly ball to right. Mauer just about the same spot in the field. Ends the inning. Couple of hits and the first Yankee run at the top of the second.
Mikowski. Jim Thome today honored on the field along with his family for his 600th career home run. And Jim and Andrea Thome did something very nice today. They donated a total of $60,000, and the money went $10,000 each to each of his former teams in Cleveland, Philadelphia, LA, and Chicago. As you see him getting the standing ovation right now. And he also donated $20,000 to the Twins Community Fund. So each of those $10,000 donations go to each of the charities for each of the teams that he has played for in their charitable contributions that they normally make. So a pretty good thing that Jim and Andrea Thome did. He had pre-planned it before he hit number 600, Dick and Bert, but they always said they wanted to give back because the communities where Jim Thome played have always treated them so well, and Jim and the entire Thome family.
His father, Chuck, watching.
Robbie, thank you very much. Again, it just shows the class of this man right here, Jim Thome.
Down low, ball one. It'll be Thome, Valencia, and Tassoni facing CC Sabathia.
These guys were once teammates.
Strike on the inside corner. That didn't keep Sabathia from buzzing Thome's tower in the playoffs last year in his first at bat. Sabathia throwing about 95 miles per hour right under Thome's chin. 2-1.
Well, the numbers aren't real good for Thome against CC Sabathia, but when he does make contact, the ball goes a long way. 4 for 27 with 4 home runs.
All or nothing. Inside 3-1. Thome hit number 601 last night in Detroit. Sabathia looks like he does, at least right now, have a great deal of command. He's left some pitches not where he's wanted to, including 3 of them out of the zone to Thome. And he walks him, and the 1 strike was questionable. A leadoff walk here in the second. Valencia to the plate. Tomorrow night, another Lifetime Fitness Friday. The Twins hosting the Yankees. And if you have a ticket to a Friday game, you can log on to lifetimefitness.com/twins. Get a complimentary 7-day pass to Lifetime Fitness. Call 800-33-TWINS to check on ticket availability for upcoming Friday night games at Target Field. Here's Valencia. And strike 1 to Valencia.
Well, you can see that CC Sabathia's good size, 6'7", about 290. He does a great job of utilizing all of that weight once he delivers home.
Low, and it's 1-1. They faced Verlander 2 nights ago, picked up his 18th win, and now Sabathia looking for his 17th win.
Sabathia, American League Cy Young Award winner back in 2007.
Ripped to left center field. And that gets all the way to the wall. Thome round second. He's got third base, and they'll hold him up there. So Valencia's ball did what Plouffe's ball almost did. It almost split the gap in the first inning, and this one did.
Yeah, Danny got a pitch up right here. Got the barrel of the bat out quickly and lined it past Brett Gardner. Gardner, good speed, but you can see the ball scoots by him all the way to the wall. And Thome's over at third base. So Danny Valencia with his 24th double of the year.
Everything that's been hit has been hit right on the button against Sabathia here tonight. And now Tassoni to the plate. Up and in, ball 1.
Tassoni has never faced CC Sabathia. Had a big 2-run home run in yesterday's ball game, his 3rd career home run.
Check swing and a foul, 1-1.
Ellie running the ball out to CC.
Just to recount what's happening in Sabathia here so far. Revere lined out to left. Plouffe drove into the gap in left center field, was out trying to stretch a single into a double. Bauer lined a base hit to left. Morrow almost hit a home run. Now Valencia with a double. Scotty Alter, the acting manager, with Ron Gardenhire getting tossed in the first inning after Mornow's home run was reversed. 1-1 to Rene Tassone. And now 1-2.
Fastball right there, foul straight back. Now CeCe's his strikeout pitch is that hard slider down and away. Same pitch that he struck out Justin to end the first inning.
Yankees got their run when a hitter in the bottom of the order lifted a fly ball to right. Tassone trying to get that done here. Instead, an off-speed pitch gets a wave and a miss.
There's that slider. Hey, Ron Coomer, I talked about his weight and how big this man is. What's made CC Sabathia such a great pitcher? 19-game winner 2 years ago, 21-game winner last year.
Well, Bird, he's been unbelievably durable and been able to pitch and throw all his pitches. As you said about his weight, he's able to stay back in his balance point, usually pretty good. Tonight so far, and here in the last couple of starts, I think that's been one of his issues. It seems like he's rushing forward, and his arm doesn't catch up with his body. To me, the thing as a hitter that's made him so successful is that pitch right there, his fastball. He is able to pitch in with his fastball to righties and effective away with fastballs to the righties, and the same thing to the lefties. And then when you add, now you're talking on a guy throwing in the mid-90s, and then he's able to throw a breaking ball and either like a straight change where he wants to. If he can throw all three of them, he's really tough to hit.
Yeah, he really has to keep that weight back. If his weight gets going, then that arm drags a little bit.
Up the middle, through for a hit. Thome's going to score. Valencia around third. He'll be held. And Nishioka drives in a run, the tying run, with a sharp single to center.
Good job right there by Steve Little, the third base coach, holding up Danny Valencia at third base.
That play was made. Granderson did an unbelievable job, as you see on a replay here, of attacking the ground ball and forcing Little to stop Danny Valencia at third base. That's a great job for an outfielder to come and attack the baseball.
Yeah, also because of a lack of power, the outfield was playing very shallow, and Steve Little saw that. But very nice heads-up play. Danny Valencia at third. And Nishioka with the RBI is 19th of the year at first.
And now Drew Butera. And again, everything that has been hit against Sabathia has been hit solidly. Poked foul, 1-1.
Well, to me, if I'm a hitter, and I know, Ron, I want to bring you in here right here, because if you will face a guy like CC Sabathia, you want to go up there and tack early so you don't get into that slider count.
For sure. Any guy that has a dominating pitch like the slider of Sabathia, to me, I left the on-deck circle looking for something in the middle of the plate, and if he threw it to me, I was ready to hit it.
Granderson trapped it. And Valencia will score. Nishioka is forced at second base. So Butera won't get credit for a base hit. Even though Granderson trapped it, they threw it to second. Nishioka was back standing near the bag.
Yeah, Granderson, I think outfielders are taught to freeze for a second, but it sure looked like from up here that he trapped the ball. Now you see where he's playing right here, and Granderson coming in, hesitated a second, and then right there you can see the ball hitting the turf first, and then into the glove of Granderson, and then Nishioka was kind of in no man's land right there. He thought the ball was caught.
Well, what you had is you had mixed signals with the umpires. You had the second base umpire making a call almost like it was an out, and he was actually pointing to the first base umpire to make a call. And I think that's what confused Nishioka at first base, because it confused me, and I'm not running.
Second base umpire is DJ Rayburn. I looked to him. I just assumed that the second base umpire would make the call on that ball to center field. And the eventual safe call, the first one I saw, was the first base umpire, Jim Wolf. Twins get a couple to take the lead. By Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. One of the many pristine lakes in the Boundary Water Canoe Area wilderness in northeastern Minnesota, an expanse of lakes, rivers, and forests stretching for 150 miles along the northeast border of Minnesota. Yankees get a run in the second, Twins get two. Here's Dunsing pitching to Granderson to start the third, and there's strike one. Granderson, Teixeira, and Cano. And there's the stance. The drive to left center field. Revere chasing it. And out of his glove. Granderson will round second. Try for third. And he's in. So Revere, who made two great catches early in the ball game last night, had that one bounce out of his glove.
Boy, that ball just looked like it kept going and going, and Revere finally caught up to it, but then he comes right against the wall, right on the warning track. Look, Revere go back. He's hustling, trying to keep focus. Where is he on the field? He knew he was going to run into the wall, and the ball hits in his glove, like there, just the heel of his glove, and then bounces away.
And so the tying run at third, nobody out, and here's Teixeira, who walked his first time up.
It'll be a triple credited to Granderson, his 10th of the year.
Outside ball one.
It's the most in the American League.
(2-0).
Some outfielders make it look so easy, but that's a tough play that Revere tried to catch right there. You know you're coming against that fence, and you're up, and the ball ends up hitting the heel of the glove.
And Teixeira lifts one high and deep to left, and the Yankees lead by a run. 3-2.
Well, it was Mark Teixeira with the 3-run home run off of Dunsing in New York back in April. And this a 2-run shot, his 33rd of the year. Fastball just stayed about knee high, but that uppercut swing of Teixeira. His 11th home run as a right-handed hitter, and his second against Dunsing this year.
Into the second deck, and so the Twins' lead doesn't last very long. Here's Cano with the bases empty. Up and away, ball one. Cano fouled out to Valencia his first time up. Fouled back, 1-1. So the Yankees with 5 early hits, a couple of extra base hits very early in the third inning have put them in front. Plouffe has a pickup and a throw. Good play, safe at first. Plouffe made a fine play, and Morneau looking at Randy Wolf. Or Jim Wolf, I'm sorry. Randy's his brother, the pitcher.
Well, great effort right there, Trevor Plouffe. I don't know if you can make this play any better than Plouffe did. Cano hustling down the line. And on the run, able to get it over with something on it. And the pick by Morneau, but Cano
out. Oh. Ball disappeared in the glove. Bang, bang. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, but we're tired of it going the Yankee way.
The umpires, and of course Wolf is standing behind him. He's listening for the ball hitting the glove and the foot hitting the bag. There's a pop-up down the right field line. Plouffe with the catch. So after 3 hits, the first out, and that'll bring up Andruw Jones. You can ask a question or send us a comment if you'd like online at carsoup.com/baseball. Jonathan Petty of St. Paul wondering who are some of the great Twins left-handed pitchers of all time.
There's Kitty. Jim Cott, Frank Viola, of course, Johan Santana. Think of all time, but those have to be the top 3 right there. Jim Merritt.
Eric Milton would be on everybody's top 10, I would think.
Jeff Zahn was here, what, about 3 years?
Yeah.
Tommy Hall, the Blade, another left-hander.
1 strike to Jones. And now a ball. Dunsing's been touched for 3 runs by the Yankees. We said before the Twins have tried to outslug the Yankees. That hasn't worked very well. When was the last time the Twins starting pitcher shut down the Yankee lineup? It might have been Santana.
Might have to go back to Johan, yeah.
2-1. Jones nearly hit one out. He hit one right in front of the 411 sign. And Revere hauled it in deep on the warning track. And a foul ball, 2-2.
Well, the 3 previous games, now one guy rained out that the Twins will make up in September going back to New York, but all 3 games were close. The Yankees won 4-3, 2 games, and the Twins won 5-4, and it took 10 innings for the Twins to win that ball game.
Two and 2. Through the hole to left. Another Yankee hit. 4th hit of the inning. First and second with 1 away for Eduardo Nunez. You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at @BAT11. For your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry, you can get all the score, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details.
A quick trip to the mound by pitcher coach Rick Anderson. When you face a ball club like the Yankees, you cannot leave pitches out over the plate. You have to make the adjustments. Saw the ball to Teixeira pretty much down the heart of the plate, even though it was down a little bit. Teixeira put good wood on it, hit the 2-run home run. Cano just hit the ball up the middle, but right there to Jones, ball left up a little bit. So trying to get him to change speeds a little bit, but get ahead in the count by hitting your spots both sides of the plate.
Brian O'Nora breaks up the meeting on the mound. Brian Dunsing will hope to strand a couple of runners here in the 3rd inning. Again, Ron Gardenhire excused for the night after his first inning ejection. For about 3.5 minutes, Justin Morneau had a 2-run home run. That call was overruled. Looked like Eventually, the correct call was made. Nunez, the hitter, he grounded a single to left and scored the first run of the game last inning. Fouled out of the mid of Butero, 1 strike. Alex Rodriguez with the club will be activated perhaps by tomorrow, perhaps by Saturday. Foul back, 2 strikes.
When somebody goes on a DL, Nunez, more of a utility type infielder, getting a chance to take place on third base for Alex Rodriguez. In his second season with the Yankees, this young man just 23 years old from Puerto Rico.
Two strikes, see if he can hit a ground ball at somebody here. Or a swing and a miss, 2 down.
Dunsing picking up his first strikeout of the ball game. That looked like a breaking ball that never really kind of broke. It just kind of stayed out there. And Nunez swinging through it.
Is that what they sometimes call a cement mixer? Ball that just kind of spins and doesn't really move much. Here is Cervelli, singled his last time up. Yankees already have 7 hits. Tap foul, a strike. Cervelli singled, was left at first in the second inning. Now inside 1-1. The Yankees, as we said, leading Boston by a half game. The Red Sox are in Kansas City. They're tied with the Royals now 3-3 in the third.
74 wins apiece. Boston has played 1 more game.
Red Sox put Kevin Youkilis on the disabled list today. David Ortiz has got bursitis in a heel. Red Sox a little dinged up as we get into the final weeks of August here. 1-1 to Francisco Cervelli. Stays outside 2-1.
I think what you're seeing Dunsing over since Rick Anderson's come out, trying to change speeds a little bit. Get away from that fastball. If you're going to throw the fastball, make sure it's down and away right now. Don't make a mistake in. Terra's job to try to get him through this inning.
A little too high with a fastball. It's 3-1 with Brent Gardner on deck. Dunsing has already thrown 57 pitches. He's only gotten 8 outs so far. Cracked foul, and it's a full count. With 2 gone, the runners will leave early. I think I was saying it during Cervelli's first at bat. You know, even the bench players, the backup players have the same hitting approach. Take a lot of pitches, keep the at bat alive, run the pitch count up for the opposing pitcher.
That's why against the Yankees, again, you have to attack early. You know, you start, nibbling a little bit, they're going to foul pitches off.
3-2 to the Yankee catcher. Runners go, and the pitch tap foul. The end result of all that is, of course, they get into the other team's bullpen, and usually that's advantage Yankees. And here's Dunsing, who's already averaged about 20 pitches an inning, wrestling to try to get out of the third. Another 3-2. Pulled hard. Nice stop by Valencia. Sets, fires. Close play, got him. Good play by Valencia to end the inning. Yankees get 4 hits, including a 2-run home run. And now they lead the Twins by a run. Along with Bert Blyleven, joined by Senator Al Franken, who spent a lot of time in New York during your show business days.
You're right.
But I'm trusting that at no point during that time did you ever become a Yankee fan.
We hated the Yankees. We hated the Yankees and loved the Twins. And my son was 6 in the '91 World Series, and that's when he became a diehard Twins fan.
Okay, good.
But we just always have hated the Yankees.
Hey, Senator, before we go any further, CC Sabathia starting his 3rd inning for the Yankees. I want to thank you for your tribute that you gave to me on behalf of me to the Senate. That was very, very nice and very classy. Thank you.
Well, I don't know if it's classy, but it was well deserved, and you know, it was my honor to do that as a senator from Minnesota, and to
I appreciate
talk about you,
Thank
and
you very much.
Also about Harmon Killebrew.
Yes.
And he died. What an incredible gentleman.
Senator, when did you first become a Twins fan?
When the Twins moved here.
3 quick pitches. Sabathia picks up a strikeout. His 3rd of the ball game.
Well, let's go to the Senate floor. I believe it was about 3 weeks ago, right after Bert's Hall of Fame induction.
To Bert, I offer hearty and well-deserved congratulations. To the rest of the baseball world, I ask the question, what took so long?
I just circled you right there. I was going to circle you. I don't know if you've ever been circled before.
I have not been circled, not by you and not by anyone, frankly. There's Maurer.
And he takes a belt high strike.
I've been sitting here in the stands, and they would not show the replay of Morneau's foul ball or homer.
Right.
Can you tell me, was it?
Well, we'll let you decide. Okay, we'll let you decide. We're going to show you the replay, and you determine there's another strike.
Well, actually, Senator, we got about 4 different angles of it, and finally, I think the final angle that we got showed that it was foul.
Really?
Well, after Mauer's at bat, we'll let the senator decide whether it was. Then try to look at it as you always have, as objectively as you can.
Well, remember, I'm senator from Minnesota, so I already know what it was. It was fair.
In the dirt, and it's 1-2 to Mauer, who singled to left. Twins got a couple of hits in the first against Sabathia, and then a couple of hits and a couple of runs in the second.
So what's the policy of not showing it? Because, you know, Minnesota fans aren't going to riot What's the policy of not showing it on the scoreboard?
They don't want the fans to be upset with the umpires and create some unrest. Now, you and I both know, as native Minnesotans, that would never happen here.
Right.
But in New York, it would be a different matter.
Okay, well, I suppose you can't have a rule for one rule from New York and one rule from Minnesota.
Cano throws out to Shera. All right, Senator Al Franken, you determine whether you think it was fair or foul.
I will be objecting.
Here is the first replay. Okay.
Okay, that looks foul.
Okay, here's the second replay, or our third replay. And right here.
Yeah. It looks foul.
It looks foul. Yeah.
Darn.
I think that was the one that we thought it went high enough to get over the foul pole and then, curve a little right.
That's what I thought too.
But that last one definitely showed the ball all the way through the foul pole.
Here's Morneau with 2 gone on the Twins' third. He takes a breaking pitch inside, ball 1. So you were a Twins fan from day one back in 1961. So you mentioned your 6-year-old son on the 91 World Series. Your Twins were the Killebrews, Allisons, Tots, and Batty, guys like that.
Oliva in the Hall of Fame. In my speech on the floor, I at the end made a little pitch for Oliva.
Yes, I remember that.
And when we talked, you said that other Hall of Fame pitchers say that Oliva was among the hardest to get.
Yes, if you ask a lot of the guys that are in the Hall of Fame, one of the toughest hitters they had to try to get out was Tony Oliva during the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
1-2 to Morneau. Dick Bramer, Burt Blyleven, joined by Senator Al Franken.
So is Oliva, all those guys.
But I'm also pushing
Batty.
for Jim Cott, Tommy John, guys that put up some very good career numbers. But where did you grow up, Senator?
St. Louis Park.
St. Louis Park, okay.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, and a very good inning for CC Sabathia. Morneau running to first, but Brian Onora said that Cervelli caught it on the fly. Our thanks to Senator Al Franken for sharing the Twins game with us.
Thank you, sir.
At first, just because actually he told me and Morney, one of us are going to play out there. So I thought he was joking at first, but then I realized he was serious. And I said, hey, whatever, if you need me, I'll go out there and give you my best.
He was manager Ron Gardner who told Joe Mauer today, with everything going on with the rest of the roster, that the need now was not at first base, but right field. So Joe's out in right field for the first time in his professional career. 4th inning now, Yankees in front. And Brett Gardner at the plate. The situation regarding the outfielders, and again, just a couple of days ago, the Twins had a surplus. One of the reasons they ended up trading Delman Young. But Jason Kubel has a family situation. He is in Minnesota. He did not go to California. He's in Minnesota, but unavailable to play tonight. They hope to have him back tomorrow. Michael Kadire had an epidural in his neck to try to quiet that down to allow him to play in a day or two. Denard Span has been put on the disabled list with migraine symptoms. It's not the concussion, the 7-day concussion list. Here's our Sanford Health injury report. Placed on the 15-day disabled list with migraine symptoms. The new concussion disabled list of 7 days not applicable here. Gardner lifts it high and deep to right. And Mauer with the catch. 1 down in the 4th. That brings up Derek Jeter, and it brings up Ron Coomer to take a look at his swing.
Well, we've talked about certain swings and swings that haven't changed today. I'll let Jim Thome. This swing hasn't changed much either. I watched a lot of this in 2002. You see his hands stay inside the ball right there, and he forces the ball to right center field. That's been his spot, right and right center. His head snaps down. The one thing Derek has always done, like a lot of guys that hit for high average, is hit the ball the other way. We showed a spray chart earlier, and most of his hits, Dick and Bert, have gone to the middle of the field the other way. And that is a big number for a guy hitting the ball to the opposite field. But as we know, Yankee Stadium and old Yankee Stadium have been tailor-made for Derek Jeter. But what a great player and a great hitter.
Yeah, Ron, wouldn't you? I said Paul Molitor, same type of mental philosophy going up there to hit the ball up the middle and the other way.
That's a great point, Bert. When you look at what Derek has done, he has really been one of the guys that's been able to take the inside pitch and inside out it and hit it, not only just hit it to right field, but hit it with authority. And that, to me, has been the one thing that has separated him through the years from other guys who just flip the ball the other way. And, I've played with a lot of guys through the years, and I know, Bert, you did too, who you would consider big game players. Mm-hmm. There's been nobody that I've ever played with that was a bigger game player than Derek Jeter.
And on the biggest stage.
Correct.
Tapper foul, still 1-2.
This play by Rod Thompson.
We do a lot of instructionals through the years. If a father or is looking to teach his son or daughter how to hit, you got two guys in the ballpark that can flat out fillet a ball to the opposite field. We got a right fielder today doing it, and this guy at home plate are two of the best to ever do it in the game.
Tapper to short, and Nishioka over to Morneau, 2 down. Arby's and Fox Sports North giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Simply pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Today's Thursday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. You can do it tomorrow. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, enter the code for the chance to win. Enter, you've got to be a member of the Fan Zone and be 18 or older.
Hey, Ron Coomer, one more question about Derek Jeter, Paul Molitor, whoever. How do you quicken up your wrist the way that they have been able to utilize their wrist just to snap that, bat through the zone?
Bert, I don't know if quickening your wrists, to me, I never talk about my wrists as a hitting instructor, but what you do is your hands get direct to the ball, so you don't get that loop in your swing, or your hands don't get out away from you. When they stay in close to your body and they fire out to the ball, it's a real direct and short swing to the baseball, and you've heard that before. And that's what both Paul, he was amazing at it, and Derek Jeter's been able to do that. But to be a real successful big league hitter, you have to be short and direct to the ball with your hands, and then your wrists, all of a sudden, what happens in your finish, they look lightning fast because of your directness to the baseball.
But for a young kid, is it, is it a tee that they hit off of could help them?
Absolutely.
Ground ball to second. Blue has it. Over to Morneau. A 1-2-3 fourth inning for Brian Dunston. He set down 5 in a row. And when we get to the bottom of the inning, Jim Thome will lead it off for the Twins. is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By AT&T. And by Miller High Life. Miller High Life is proud to sponsor Operation Home Base. Give a veteran a piece of the High Life. Jim Thome leads off the fourth for the Twins. Down a run. The first pitch stuck on the outside corner by CC Sabathia. Fastball coming inside. Gets a swing and a miss. One and two.
Slider down and away after two fastballs. Thome walked in his first at bat, leading off the second inning, scored the first run for the Twins.
Bounced to third on two hops to Nunez. Thome retired, one away. And we've talked about Sabathia's last couple starts. They haven't been very good. A window concepts window of opportunity suggesting that this game might not stay 3-2.
Well, I said, you know, the hiccups that this is a good pitcher right here. 21 game winner last year, 41 wins over his last 2 years, and you know, 16 wins, 7 losses so far this year, making his 27th start. You're going to have spurts throughout the season where you're going to have to try to regroup and find yourself. And Twins had a couple chances, you know, in the first and second inning. But now Sabathia settling down. He's retired the last 5.
Valencia doubled and scored. And he takes a breaking pitch wide.
Sabathia first came up in 2001 with the Cleveland Indians. And you can see the most major league wins since his rookie season when he was Rookie of the Year for the Indians in 2001. Won 17 games that year, 17-5.
Valencia drilled a double to the gap in left center field. In the second inning, he and Jim Thome both scored. The Twins had a very brief 2-1 lead. 2-1. You're right. He had a shaky first couple innings. When a man weighs 300 pounds and he's wobbly, it's noticeable. And he was struggling in the first couple innings, but now you look up and he's retired 6 men in a row.
As big as he is, it's the timing. You know, you got to keep that weight back, and he does a good job. He almost pauses just for a second to allow everything to catch up right there, and then he explodes toward home plate.
3-1 with Tassone on deck.
You know, the Cubs had a pitcher, Rick Ruschel, that was a big man, but he had a nasty sinker, and he was the same way. You know, he had a little bit of a pause once he was over that pitching rubber, and then all of a sudden is like a pendulum swings. Everything goes toward that catcher's glove.
Foul back, 3-2.
You know, the media guide has him at 6'7", 290. He's a big man, but right there. Right there. He pauses a second, and then here it comes. And a good follow through. I like that left leg coming over the right knee.
Full count to Valencia. Struck him out on a pitch out of the strike zone.
Looked like he went with a changeup right there. Strikeout number 5.
AT&T trivia question. Who was the last pitcher to win 19 plus games in 3 straight seasons?
Sabathia 19 wins a couple years ago, 21 wins. Chance to do it this year.
16 wins already on the season. Tassone struck out his first time up. Twins had runners at second and third, nobody out. And a strike.
You know, to win that many games, you need to have some run support. Now, Sabathia came in 2.93 ERA. He's pitched great, but he's won some ball games. 15-3, 12-3, 12-5, 13-2, 12-4, 10-4, 8-3, 9-2. When he has started a ball game, the Yankees have averaged almost 7 runs a start for him.
He was the pitcher of the month in July. Went 4-1 with an ERA of under 1. 2 strikes to Thome. And Thome gone on strikes, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. 8 in a row. Set down by Sabathia. Teixeira. He'll be followed by Robinson Cano and Nick Swisher. Dunsing 75 pitches on the night. He went up 7 hits, 3 runs so far, and that one grounded foul, and just barely. So 1-1. It was Teixeira's 2-run home run that took a Twins 1 lead and turned it into a 3-2 Yankee lead. It is into the second level here at Target Field. That one past Valencia and a fair ball. And Teixeira digging for second. Tasone's throw cut off by Nishioka.
Well, he was bound and determined to hit that ball down the third baseline. He missed the previous pitch, and then that one lining it down that line. So Teixeira continues to punish Brian Dunsing. That ball right down that line, just out of the reach of Valencia. Teixeira with a double, his 19th of the year.
Leadoff double here in the 5th. That brings up Robinson Cano, who's 1 for 2. Cano fouled out to Valencia in the 1st inning and then singled in the 3rd. Strike on the outside corner. Give you some idea what this Yankee lineup is like, and this is without a healthy Alex Rodriguez this year. They still have 3 of the top 4 RBI men in the league. Granderson, Teixeira, and Cano. They're 1, 3, and 4 in the American League. 1-1.
So what you're saying is Cano wasn't going to square around and bunt and move Teixeira over to third? Cano in his 7th season already with the Yankees, just 28 years old. Came into the year a .309 career hitter. Hit .319 last year.
pulled to the right side. Morneau gobbles it up. Dunsing in the bag. One away, and on the play, Teixeira moves to third. Fox Sports North honors military members and their families with Operation Home Base, presented by Miller High Life. Give a veteran a piece of the High Life. You can join us on Sunday telecast for special Operation Home Base broadcast. Sunday will focus on the 135th ADT unit. Show your support for the military by logging on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click the Joining Forces logo to send your message of thanks. Twins bring the infield in now for Swisher. Teixeira at third and one down. Swisher with a bouncer to short and a foul out to Plouffe behind first base. Down and away, ball one.
Dunsing with one strikeout in the ballgame would like to maybe get a strikeout here. Remember his last start, he had a career high 9 strikeouts against the Indians. Swisher, pretty good contact hitter. Yep.
And he makes contact.
That's good contact.
Gone, a home run. So Swisher hits his 15th of the year with Teixeira aboard, and it's 5-2.
Well, second 2-run home run in this ball game against Brian Dunsing. Home run number 15 on the year for Nick Swisher. His 4th as a right-handed hitter. They're trying to go inside, but the ball left out over the plate, and Swisher puts the Yankees up by 3.
So now for the Yankees, 9 hits in the last, well, in the third, 2 extra base hits, and now a couple of extra base hits here in the 5th, and it's 5-2. And that's pulled foul off the bat of Andruw Jones.
See those guys talking, hitting right there. There's so much confidence offensively in this lineup for Joe Girardi.
Two and one. And now 3-1. Stretching, getting limber out in the Twins bullpen. Anthony Swarzak starting to get loose, not throwing the ball yet. There's another one hit high and deep. Into the third level. Andruw Jones, who hit one as far as you can hit one here for an out in the second inning. Hits one deep into the third deck. The third Yankee home run against Brian Dunsing.
Well, you keep laying the ball in there, they're going to do this. The Yankees came in with 160 home runs, the most in the American League. And you throw cookies in like that. And Dunsing, as soon as he released that ball, put his head down. And the Yankees lead by 4. So Jones hits his 8th home run of the year. See Dunsing right there.
And Rick Anderson on the phone. Here's Nunez taking a strike. Bounce to the right side. And second out of the inning on a ground ball off the bat of Nunez. That brings up Cervelli.
Jose Mojarras looking for the right baseball to warm up with.
Here's Cervelli with a single in the second and a ground ball to third in the third. The last 5 Yankee runs have been scored on home runs.
Well, we have some Circle Me guests up here. The Hanson Kramer, 4 generations up here. So welcome up to the booth out of Hudson, Wisconsin. A lot of smiling faces.
Roller to short. Nishioka has it. And that ends the inning. But 3 extra base hits and 3 more Yankee runs in the top of the 5th.
I'm in the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle, and this right here is $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Norma and Ed, who come all the way from Park Rapids, Bert. And get this, tonight they are celebrating their 68th wedding anniversary. Her son got them the tickets to the ball game. This is Norma's 2nd time to the ballpark. They were here a year ago, and Ed, 92 years of age yesterday. Norma, what's the key to 68 years of marriage?
It's been pretty good, really.
It's been very good. And you said 92 good years for you, right, Ed?
Right. 92 very good years.
And now you've been circled by Bert. How about that?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Bert. 68 years. How about that?
Unbelievable. Congratulations.
Hold on, Bert, do you think Gail could put up with you for 68 years?
Not at all. I actually circle them, and then I put a heart in the circle. So congratulations.
1 strike to Nishioka, and now a ball, 1-1. Just trying to do the math there. He was the ripe old age of 24 when he got married.
Minnesota math or California?
Well, I think 68 and 24 equals 92. 1 hopper to third. Nunez rifles his throw across, 1 away. AT&T trivia: the last pitcher to win 19 or more 3 years in a row, Uncle Roger Clemens.
Randy Johnson did it with the Diamondbacks. Dave Stewart did it in the American League back in '87 to 1990, 4 years. Randy Johnson with the Diamondbacks.
One gone, and here's Drew Butera. Strike at the knees. Sabathia out there with his usual amount of run support. 6 runs up on the board.
Yeah, I think, Dick, because we saw Dave Stewart, he did it, 87 to 90, that there hasn't been another starter, but you see some guys like CC Sabathia, guys that are workhorses. Justin Verlander, I could see him doing that because they'll pitch 240, 250 innings in a season. So many no decisions in today's game because a lot of starters will go 6 or 7, turn it over to a bullpen, and all of a sudden you get a no decision. These guys like to try to finish what they start. Sabathia on the year, 3 complete games, 1 shutout. But he's averaging over 7 innings a start.
He's had a decision in his last 22 starts because he pitches so deeply into the ball game. You go 7, you go 8, 9 occasionally. Game typically is decided. And a breaking pitch locks up Buter. A perfect second trip through the batting order for Sabathia. 2 gone in the 5th. You can get involved in our broadcast and let us know who you think will be the Arby's Value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234. Joe Mauer, the right fielder, gained 41% of the vote so far. 2 down. Here's Ben Revere, a liner to left and a ground ball to second so far. Time called for some reason. And right fielder Andrew Jones is pointing toward the right field corner. There must be there is a beach ball out there. Jones just staying put, having the ball boy go out and get the beach ball. First time through the order, the Twins had 4 hits, a walk, scored a couple of runs, hit the ball hard up and down the lineup. Second time through, not so much. Haven't gotten the ball out of the infield. Down and away, ball 1 to Revere. And the word on Denard Span, he was put on the 15-day disabled list with migraine issues. It's not the 7-day list that he was on before. Sharply hit, and Revere has hit the ball hard twice against Sabathia. He's aboard with 2 out in the 5th.
A nice shot, a nice short compact swing right there by Ben Revere. So he's getting more playing time and taking advantage of it. Right here, ball left up, you can see the quick hands right there. Good solid contact. Sabathia had retired 10 straight, and Revere ends that with a base hit.
Here's Plouffe. Pretty good bet that if the Twins are going to come back in this game, they're going to need a long ball or 2 of their own. Plouffe takes a strike on the outside corner. Thought they had one in the first inning, but Morneau's drive down the line, originally ruled a home run, was reversed. Plouffe has hit 5 home runs on the season. This would be a good spot for number 6. Instead, it's squirted into right field. Revere will scamper to third. So Plouffe just chipped the ball, pushed it through the right side of the infield, and the Twins have a couple of 2-out singles.
Well, with Teixeira holding on, Ben Revere, that kind of leaves a hole right there, and Plouffe, kind of an inside-out swing, found that hole for his second hit of the ball game. And you see Teixeira right there bouncing out, but it's to his right, and then the speedy Revere scoots over to third. So Twins have an opportunity with Joe Mauer up right here. Runners at first and third and 2 outs.
Mauer singled to left in the first inning, and then he tapped out to second in the third. Inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss at the fastball, 1-1.
Put a little extra on that fastball at 95.
Stringing together some 2-out singles. Now we're trying to follow suit. Bounce to the right side. Cano gobbles it up. sets and fires and ends the threat. 2 left the board. The Twins still trail by 4.
Forecast brought to you by Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems. It is going to be more comfortable for Game 2. Look for partly cloudy skies. First pitch temperature near 76 degrees. Northwest winds at 7 to 14 miles per hour.
It should be great weather here for the weekend series. And we hope the Twins can play good baseball. Right now they're behind 6-2. Jose Majaras comes out of the Twins' pen to pitch to the Yankees in the 6th.
Yeah, too many hits, too many pitches thrown by Brian Dunsing in his 5 innings. He allowed 10 hits, 6 runs, 3 home runs, 92 pitches thrown. Majaras making his 43rd relief appearance.
And Majaras will face Brett Gardner, Derek Jeter, and Curtis Granderson. One strike to Gardner. Sacrifice fly to Joe Mauer in right, and then a routine fly ball to Joe Mauer in right. That's me saying that. That's not Joe saying it was routine. 2 strikes. So far so good. He's fielded every chance he's had out there in right field. And the Twins hope to have more flexibility on their bench tomorrow. This one, weak little pop up, and Valencia has it 1 away. 1 down in the 6th. Derek Jeter, the first Yankee ever to get 3,000 hits in a Yankee uniform, and he's got a single digit in his on his uniform. So on that basis alone, he qualifies on that list.
He'll be out on that wall of fame for the Yankees one day. But all the hits, all the runs scored, 12-time All-Star, won 5 World Series championships. He's had a great career, and it's not done yet.
1 for 3 tonight. And again, since coming off the disabled list, he's hit just under 350. And when the Twins were envisioning a world where Span and Young and Mauer and Morneau would all come off the disabled list, and you'd like to think that someone would be able to just hit the ground running and start racking up hits, but it hasn't worked out that way for the Twins. Almost to a man, everybody who's come off the disabled list has struggled right after being reactivated.
Well, you can kind of see even Jeter in his last at bat when he hit that ground ball to Nishioka, went back to the bench kind of shaking his head. You know, he wasn't happy with that at bat.
2-1.
Strike right there from Maharis. I think that's what makes great players. You always expect more. Every at bat should be like your last at bat. Every pitch thrown is maybe your last.
If you have 2 hits, it's late in the game, you want your 3rd hit. 3-1. Contentious contract discussions during the offseason have been put aside. Everyone has had their opportunity to tip their cap to Jeter, swinging a foul, 3-2. Disappointed a lot of people, though, by not going to the All-Star game this year. And in the pregame tribute, we heard Hank Aaron and Willie Mays compliment Jim Thome, and Willie Mays not necessarily singling out Jeter, but talking about players who don't go to the All-Star game, said, hey, you know what? When I played, it was a privilege. It's not jury duty. And Jeter with another foul, still 3-2.
Well, he's always represented baseball in a nice way, especially where he's playing. You know, New York, the tabloids and all that stuff. He's always stayed out of that. Just goes about his business. He's the captain.
Maharis flags down the first hop.
Like a cat.
2 down.
Hey, Ron Coomer, Curtis Granderson coming up. We talked about his first at bat. 34 home runs. He's driven in 95 runs. He's just made himself a good player. Is it, you see something that he's done differently?
Yeah, he definitely has. He worked real hard this winter on letting the ball get to him and shortening his swing. As everybody knows, he was very susceptible against left-handed pitching, and then susceptible against breaking pitches or something off speed. If you look at his hand setup now, this is very different from where it was.
Right.
It's kind of cocked back, and he really gets good and loaded with his hands. And to me, what he's trying to do is quiet everything down and keep his front side closed, but you see that front shoulder staying closed. In years past, he'd get a lefty up there, and you'd see his front shoulder, Bert, kind of come towards me, the first base camera well, halfway through his swing. Now, his approach and everything is going back towards left center field, and because of that, he's able to stay on the ball. And as we look now, he's got 34 bombs and 95 ribbies.
Hey, Ron, you know, there's a base hit up the middle. I mean, Michael Kadire changed his stance. Remember now, you know, I mean, his hands. Remember, his hands are now down, and he's really, I mean, come on strong, even though he's, you know, hurt right now. But, you know, I mean, this is what you're talking about, Ron?
Yep, see his front shoulder and his approach and everything in his swing goes right back through the middle, where years before you would see him come off the baseball. Right there, that's letting the ball get back to the front edge of home plate and then just driving it back, right back to the middle, even to the pull side. He's really let the ball travel deeper, Bert. And now because of that, he's able to stay on so many more pitches, and he's a lot tougher to fool.
So it's always making the adjustment to just try to make yourself quicker, right?
Everybody that plays this game has a daily adjustment they got to make, as you know.
All right, well, let me ask you this then, Ron, because there was so much made about Derek Jeter and the small adjustment he made actually going back to the end of last year. And, boy, you'd think that, you know, he was trying to become a switch hitter. He's going to hit from the left side or something like that. What was that all about?
Well, I just think for Derek, his situation has always been he jumps out there with his front side and he's going towards the pitcher before he recognizes the pitch. And you'll see him even his last at bat. He's constantly with his bottom hand trying to push himself back after he jumps at a pitch. So to me, what Jeter is constantly doing is trying to figure out a way to see the ball first before he makes his move at the pitch. Today, because of him jumping, you've seen him hook 2 ground balls, 1 to the pitcher and 1 to the shortstop.
2-0 with 2 gone. Teixeira at the plate. And now 3-0.
And then you have a hitter like Teixeira that really is open, you know, as far as his approach to facing that hitter. I mean, look at the openness that Teixeira has. The left foot wide open, but then when that pitch is delivered, he'll kind of step toward the pitcher.
The big key when you have an open stance like that is when your front foot comes back to neutral, or what you consider a straightaway stance, your front toe has to stay closed, Bert. It can't be pointing towards the pitcher. If your front toe can stay closed, then all of a sudden it keeps the rest of your front side in, and we saw what he can do tonight.
3-1.
There's just that comfort zone that the Yankees look like they always have, and until they face a pitcher that will just keep busting them hard in, these guys are just going to be swinging from their heels.
And a walk puts Teixeira aboard.
Well, and Dick made the point earlier, every at-bat is a grinding at-bat from the top of the lineup to the number 9 spot, and you just don't have a weak spot through this lineup. And even Cervelli, everybody, they just give you a quality at-bat, and it wears down the pitching staff.
Now, home plate umpire Brian O'Nora now is pointing down in the right field corner. And the ball boy again has to retrieve some debris.
Somebody's having a party down there.
Dick, I don't know if we'd quite consider him a ball boy.
No. A veteran.
He's a veteran ball guy. We'll see.
Here's Robinson Cano with 2 on and 2 out. Maharnis trying to clean
I thought that
up.
was Perry Castellano there for a second. Twin strength and conditioning coach Perry Castellano.
And Nishioka fires across that ends the inning. A hit and a walk, both with 2 out, do no more. No further damage. It's still 6-2. Sixth inning, the Coors Light freeze cam taking us back to the first inning.
Well, Justin Morneau hoping that this ball would stay fair, but it was called foul.
That was our first replay at the time. It suggested it went foul. The Frostbrewed Coors Light freeze cam. Then we had one that suggested it might have gone directly over the foul pole. And then our conclusive angle as shot by Abraham Zapruder showed that it went foul.
A good swing right there by Justin, just missing that fastball.
Morneau, Thome, and Valencia. Now, if we had a Kestrel sitting on top of the foul pole like we did last year, he might have been able to tell us whether it was fair or foul. This one lifted to left. And Brett Gardner near the line makes the catch, 1 away.
Only the second fly ball out for the Twins here in this ball game. 6 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out. The other fly ball out was off the bat of Ben Revere leading off the ball game. Line drive to for Gardner.
Thome walked leading off the second inning and scored later in the inning. And he takes inside a ball. Two strikes.
.75 pitches for Sabathia. Very good strike to ball ratio. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts.
One and two. The outside corner. Thome just looks across in the general direction of the outside corner and has a word or two with Brian O'Nora. 2 down.
And the slider right there called a 3rd strike, his 8th strikeout. It's like a little cutter right there.
2 down on the 6th. Here's Valencia. Valencia with the only extra base hit for the Twins tonight. He drilled a double of the gap in left center field right after Thome's walk. He and Thome both scored, and after 2 innings, the Twins had a 2-1 lead.
Cervelli, the catcher, how low he gets. Sometimes he'll stick that right leg out almost flat. Tony Pena used to do that. He's a bench coach now. See how low he gets.
Another one drilled to center. And Valencia has his second base hit. A 2-out single here in the 6th.
Tony Pena caught me back in 1978, I believe, when he was in spring training with the Pirates. He got this low right here. Look at Cervelli, good low target, but you could see where he was sitting. The ball came over the plate. There's Tony Pena. Boy, he had a cannon on him. He still throws batting practice about an hour a day. Been in baseball a long time.
He's one of the first guys to ever complete a throw to second base without getting out of the crouch. He would just get down low and using nothing but his upper body strength.
Just throw it from his knees.
Yeah.
Benito Santiago could do that. Ivan Rodriguez would do that. Not too many.
1 strike to Tassone. Tassone struck out twice against Sabathia, both times swinging. And there's a fastball on the outside corner. Tassone's right where he didn't want to be in his 3rd at bat, behind in the count 0-2.
Well, he struggled early on with his control, but boy, it just seems like he's just sometimes painting the corners now. That was a nasty pitch.
We saw it 2 nights ago with Justin Verlander. A little wobbly in the first couple innings, and then he was very strong the rest of the way.
Wow.
And a slow breaking pitch, and Tassone's had enough of CC Sabathia. Friday come from the Yankees.
Yeah, 3 home runs by the Yankees. There's Nick Swisher with a home run. And then followed by a solo as the home run by Andrew Jones. Mark Teixeira with a 2-run home run in the 3rd, and then a 2-run home run by Swisher in the 5th, followed by Jones's home run.
So the Yankees have a 6-2 lead. And Nick Swisher will lead off the 7th inning. Tigers are idle today. The Indians are leading the White Sox 4-2 top of the 7th, but in the 2nd inning of that game, Chicago pitcher Philip Umber, former Twins pitcher, got hit in the forehead by a line drive and got off the field under his own power. But very frightening moment in Chicago.
That's Philip Umber against Justin Masterson.
Top of the 7th now, and the Indians leading 4-2. That series even at a game apiece. A ball now, a strike to Swisher. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. And we have asked you this before, but you never got hit in the head while you were pitching, right?
Not while I was pitching, no. My dad hit me there a lot.
Well, did you get off under your own power?
No, I laid down. I stayed there.
Well, Umber was able to get off the field largely under his own power. Up and away, 3-1.
No, actually, I was very lucky. You know, 22 years, never hit above the waist. Very lucky. Yeah, you let that ball go like Jose Majares is right now, and most hitters, they want to hit that ball right back up the middle. And, you have to be able to field your position or get out of the way. That was a good get out of the wayer.
Fox Sports North has your Vikings coverage from Winter Park. Check out Tim Yotter's latest position preview feature on the Vikings special teams. Read that story and more at foxsportsnorth.com. Leadoff man on here in the 7th.
And second inning for Majares, second walk that he's allowed.
Here's Andrew Jones. Nearly hit a home run in the 2nd. Got a single in the 3rd, and then he did hit a home run into the 3rd deck in the 5th.
For Jones's 8th home run, his 396th career home run.
Tapper to 3rd. Valencia fires to 2nd. And Plouffe kept the foot on the bag long enough to get the out. 1 down. So Nunez reaches on a fielder's choice.
You know, we've seen Plouffe having a little trouble in the exchange on those because Jones, you know, I mean, he doesn't get down that line real quickly. But right here, you can see, you know, he's more worried about Swisher's. He should step back and still have something on that throw. He might have been able to complete the double play.
Might have been talking to Nishioka about what Swisher can do at second base.
Swisher, again, that was a safe, clean slide when he got Nishioka.
Foul back. Well, don't you think, as the Twins look forward to next year, one of the points of emphasis is going to have to be stabilizing and hopefully in that process tightening up the middle of the infield?
Oh, for sure. And that's probably been, you know, Ron Gardenhire and his coaching staff's biggest headache this year is the inconsistency of the play up the middle.
Now, you know, Valencia's kind of had some streaks, but this is his first full year up here. You expect some in and out play, and he's still learning and all that. And first base, how many different guys have been there? Bauer, Morneau, Kadire, Plouffe himself. Here's a grounder to 2nd.
Now turn it.
And it's turned. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica. brought to you by McDonald's. Quench your thirst. Get any soft drink or sweet tea for just $1. And by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more. 6-2 Yankees. They've pulled out the long ball. Have hit 3 home runs. A couple of them with men on base. And CC Sabathia has settled down after a bit of a shaky start.
Yeah, the Twins got 4 hits in the first 2 innings, but Sabathia's only allowed 3 more singles after that. 9 strikeouts in the ballgame, 1 walk.
And those singles have all come with 2 outs in an inning. See if the Twins can get their leadoff man on. Nishioka has a base hit.
Picked up an RBI single in the 2-run second inning. Ball hit up the middle.
Fastball missed the outside corner. Next one hit it. 1-1.
Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, next to Joe Girardi. Watching his horse work. Sabathia came into this ballgame second in the American League behind Verlander in innings pitched, 3rd in strikeouts, and 7th in ERA at 2.93.
Driven to right, sharp single for Nishioka. Leadoff man is on in the 7th. Let's go to Robbie and Smikowski.
Well, guys, good discussion going on Game Connect on FoxSportsNorth.com. Click on FoxSportsNorth.com and click on the Game Connect icon right at near the top of the page. And a lot of discussion about injuries, of course. It's another story tonight. Cuddy out, Span on the DL. And Jake Nyberg sends us a tweet saying, had 2011 Twins been even reasonably healthy, how many more games would they have won by now? He says 10 wins. Log on to Game Connect on FoxSportsNorth.com and be a part of the Twitter discussion from both New York fans and Twins fans all game, every game with comprehensive stats. It's a lot of good stuff while you're watching the ball game at home with your laptop out, Dick and Bert.
Well, thank you, Robbie. I think Jake's a little low. I think if the Twins were able to keep their team healthy, but you know what club has been able to do that year after year? But I mean, I think they would have won more than 10 ball games. I think they would have been over 500 for sure.
Well, let's say he's right. Let's say it's 10. Now they're 64 and 58, and they're a half game out of first. So even if that number is low, and I tend to agree with you, they're a half game out of first before this series with New York.
Pitching staff would have been better too, because we don't have a lot of guys that are like a CC Sabathia. We're a team of starters that really rely on good defense, and we haven't seen the best defense behind our staff. So it makes the staff better when everybody that's been on a disabled list could be healthy.
2 strikes to Butera.
So many little elements that go into a winning season. Gardy, for what, 6 out of 9 years, he's won the division. This is frustrating. But you know what? As Gardy says right now, we're going to keep playing hard. These guys are going to continue to come to the ballpark and work hard. And you know what? Maybe they can be a spoiler. If they don't get back into this thing, they got a chance to determine maybe who's going to win the Central Division.
1-2 to Butera. That's hit down the line. Gardner's got great speed, but he won't get there. Good at bat for Butera as he drops a single in, and the Twins, instead of getting 2 out singles, have a pair of hits from their 8 and 9 batters to start an inning.
Yeah, Drew was kind of hit was taken away from him, you know, in his first at bat, but there he gets his hit.
In-game box score brought to you by Pepsi Max.
Yeah, the Twins with 9 hits in a ball game against CC Sabathia, so it hasn't been a piece of cake for him. He's had to work out of some jams. See if the Twins can put some runs on the board here.
You know, one of the big areas that has been lacking this year because of injury is the power that was missing in the lineup when Morneau was out. Kubel was out for a while. It never really happened for Delman Young. This is a Twins team that's hit 78 home runs. Right now, they're going to hit right around 100 home runs on the season. Here's Revere. Strike on the outside corner. Kadyr's the team leader, but he's on the shelf now with 18. You got Thome with a dozen, Valencia with a dozen, That's pretty much it. Morneau thought he had number 5 today, but it was reversed.
Yeah, only the Seattle Mariners have hit fewer home runs with 77.
Third straight hit. Nishioka around third. He's going to come in, and the Twins get the tying run to the plate. Revere has picked up his second hit, and now Plouffe comes up with 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, Ben picking up an RBI, his 18th of the year. And CC Sabathia is struggling a little bit here in the 7th inning. A breaking ball left up, and Revere chops it through the infield. Teixeira can't get it. Jones comes in, but Nishioka scores from second base.
3 hits from the 8, 9, and leadoff batters, and the 3 hitters who have just gotten singles have a total of 2 home runs between them, which proves the point that the Twins don't have the power that the Yankees do. You knew that already. Plouffe does have some power. He's got 2 singles tonight against Sabathia. There's strike 1. Plouffe getting extended call-ups this year because of his power. He displayed it in AAA this year, and when given a chance, he's done it up here to some degree. But now he's in an 0-2 hole. Missing low. Sabathia's strikeout pitch, particularly left-handed batters, has been that slider, the breaking pitch. See what he gives Plouffe here on 1 and 2. "96 pitches for Sabathia. Foul tip, and Cervelli can't hang on. And, as Bert mentioned a few innings ago, in his last start, Sabathia gave up 5 home runs in 1 game.
Yeah, 6 home runs over the last 2 games for Sabathia, with the 5 solo home runs last game. But again, he'd only given up 13 home runs overall in the season. So, almost half of those in his last 2 starts. Boone Logan, the only left-hander out in the bullpen, starting to loosen up for the Yankees.
1 and 2 again to Trevor Plouffe. Fouled back. CenturyLink high-speed pitch with Sabathia typically in the mid-90s.
Yeah, Brian Dunsing starting the ball game. He worked the first 5 innings, clocked his 93, and Sabathia at 96.
A big problem for Sabathia this year has been beating the Red Sox. He hasn't done it.
0-4.
4 with an ERA of over 7. 1 and 2. Pulled to third. Bobbled by Nunez. All hands are safe. So Nunez had the ball almost roll out of his glove, and then as he took a step or 2 toward third, it did bounce out.
His 16th error on the year. Now you watch this, he's thinking, okay, where am I going to throw this ball after I tag the bag? And the ball never really got into the glove like a snow cone when he tried to get it out. It'll be an error. Charge to Munoz. You see the snow cone right there. And then the mishandle. Well, the Twins get a break and load the bases with nobody out.
Mauer at the plate. Mauer with a single to left and a couple of ground balls to second. Slash to left. Gardner retreats to make the catch. Butera tags and scores. Mauer hit that ball right on the button, but Gardner played him perfectly. A sacrifice fly, and it's 6-4.
Mauer picking up an RBI, his 24th of the year. And Butera tagging up.
Look where
Gardner with good speed goes back, makes a nice catch.
Well, the Twins got a big hit late last night from Justin Morneau. They'll look for one here with the tying run at first and one away. Just inside, ball 1. Sabathia started a lot of the lefties with that slider trying to hit the inside corner. Done it to Thome a couple of times.
Last time up, Justin, the first pitch fastball, he fouled it straight back, and then he ended up throwing him sliders after that. There's a slider.
Driven to right. Jones going back. Makes the catch. Tagging from third is Revere. Retreating to first is Plouffe.
Off the end of the bat. Justin put a good swing on it, but right off the end of the bat.
So now Thome.
Watch where that ball makes contact. Right there, right off the end of the bat. Deep fly ball out. And Justin up unhappy. Boy, you move that ball maybe a couple inches closer to the trademark. That ball may have been a 3-run home run.
See what Thome can do here. He's walked, bounced out, and struck out against Sabathia. Checks his swing.
Now, we saw it from Verlander, Dick. You know, when pitchers like Sabathia get into trouble, they try to find that little extra. Game on the line right here.
Tap foul. 1-1. Breaking ball looked like it was right down the middle of the plate.
Sabathia making his first start here at Target Field during the regular season. Last year started game 1 of the postseason. Ended up beating the Twins 6-4.
1-1. High fastball.
That clocked at 97.
At least Sabathia's mixing it up a little bit. Remember what happened to Daniel Schlereth when they kept throwing the left-handers breaking pitches, and Thome finally caught up with one.
Well, the high-speed pitch, we had him at 96, and all of a sudden now that little extra, 1 more mile an hour, but that's a lot.
2-1. Pulled to the right side. Cano with a great stop in right field to end the inning.
Darn it.
Thome with a hard grounder, and Cano shifting into right field is able to cut it off.
That's unfair.
The Twins cut the Yankee lead in half. If you've heard this before, the Yankees have hit too many home runs.
Yeah, 2-run home run by Mark Teixeira. That gave the Yankees a 3-2 lead. And then Nick Swisher in the 5th inning, a 2-run home run, followed by Andrew Jones's home run. Patty cake, patty cake. Good job by Jose Majaras. 2 shutout innings. Twins only down by a couple. Alex Burnett coming into the ball game, making his 50th relief appearance.
Sabathia gave up a couple of runs. He did get Mauer, Morneau, and Thome to get out of the inning. What was the high-speed pitch of that toss?
I'd say about 85.
Francisco Cervelli will lead off the 8th for New York. Well, the right center field. Revere trying to chase it down. Gets there. Boy, it made it look easy. You look at where he was and where he ended up catching the ball. The ball hit on a line that wasn't in the air that long, and Revere got there with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah, had a little hang time, but you know, center fielders have that cat-like instincts. I mean, they're set to go, and as soon as that contact's made, boy, Revere's off and running. He knows about where that ball's going to end up, and right there on the warning track makes a nice running catch.
Here's Brett Gardner.
It's fun to watch. I mean, center fielders are so different than, you know, left fielder, right fielders. They're always in the middle of the diamond, of course, and then they just, well, as soon as that ball's hit off the bat, boy, they just take off.
And we're lucky to get seats right behind home plate, so the ball's hit out in that direction, and you look and see where the fielder is, and you get to see A, the jump that they get, and then B, the angle they take to the ball. And a really good center fielder is so much fun to watch.
Yes, it is. Yes, they are.
There's a strike, 1-1. Last night, Revere just absolutely stole 2 hits away from Delman Young, who a couple days before was playing alongside him in the outfield.
Yeah, that man right there, number 34, could play some center field.
On the outside corner, 1-2. Foul over by the camera well.
This guy you want to keep off the bases right here. Granderson. Twins have done a good job. Sacrifice fly RBI in his first at bat. A couple fly outs. Gardner, 36 stolen bases on the year, although Coco Crisp has more with 37.
Inside. 2-2.
You see the club the Yankees have been able to put together over the years. You know, you bring in a Granderson, and Granderson is just, I mean, he's just come out of his shell more or less in New York. You got Jeter, you got Teixeira, you got Rodriguez when he comes back, and then you stick in a guy like this, Gardner, that can just flat out fly.
Well, here's Ben Revere last night, and the fact that the 2 balls hit were by Delman Young only made the catches nicer.
Well, right over the head. I mean, that's a Jimmy Edmonds type catch right there. Unbelievable. And then sprawled out, dove for that ball as it kept drifting away. A great catch. 2 great catches.
You know, we've seen him in early June against the Rangers make a flat out diving catch in left center. We've seen him come in to make great diving catches. I mean, he can go back, he can go forward, he can go left, right. If it's in the air for much time at all, it's going to be caught. Oddity is today, the Yankee rally, the big turnaround came in the 3rd inning when Granderson hit one and Revere got there, but it bounced out of his glove.
Yeah, I mean, they make it to where, you know, they're so quick that, hey, how come he didn't catch that ball? But he ran, 50 yards to try to get that darn ball. And then knew he was right into the fence right there at the 377 mark here at Target Field.
The only part of this wall here for an outfielder that isn't padded. It's a chain link fence so the fans can see into the bullpen. And so outfielders, whether you're playing for the Twins or the opposition, you're aware of that as you run toward the left center field gap. 1-1. 2-1. You know, Revere does have a lot of errors. He's got 7 errors, but I believe they're all on fielding base hits. And they say that what he's been doing, he's trying to compensate for his lack of arm strength, and he's trying to throw the ball before he catches it. Fouled back. And he's trying to charge the ball, and he's trying to get the ball back in as quick as he can, because he realizes that's the one part of his game that isn't very strong.
Well, about the only way you're going to correct that is have your middle infielders go out quicker to beat the cutoff man quicker, so they can use their good arms to wherever the ball's supposed to go. Yeah, I don't know if you can strengthen his arm any more than the way he has it already, but charging the ball and just continue to work on trying to get that ball in as quick as possible.
And don't look up. Get the ball in your glove and then look up and see where the runners are.
That's something they'll work with Ben Revere on, I'm sure. But he can cover some ground.
Full count to Jeter.
And he's a good kid, too.
Oh, my. Yeah. Full count to Jeter with 2 gone in the 8th. Burnett trying to put together a 1-2-3 inning. Bouncer to short. Nishioka. Nice play. Spins. Fires. Safe. Jeter beats it out. A 2-out single in the 8th.
Even at 37 years old, Jeter hustling down that line. And Nishioka making a very nice play up the middle. Watch Nishioka go to his left. Spins. And a good strong throw, and it looked like he was out right there. But Jim Wolf balls him safe. Jeter hustling.
Safe.
Yep. You think he's safe?
Yep. Don't you?
I thought he was out.
So Burnett, with Granderson coming up, leaves. He's had a left-handed reliever coming in. It's Glenn Perkins, who will pitch to Curtis Granderson. Keep you warm in the winter months ahead. Full broadcast of the 7 games of the 1991 World Series, along with a brand new documentary entitled Magic in Minnesota. They're packaged together and are now on the shelves. All 7 games of the 91 World Series. And Magic in Minnesota will be available at Best Buy and the Twins merchandise outlets and twinsbaseball.com. So Jeter's hustle gets him a base hit with 2 out in the 8th. And now Glenn Perkins comes in to try to get Curtis Granderson.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for Perkins is throw the ball over the plate. Yesterday he came in that game and walked a couple batters. Very unusual for Perkins. You could see 16 walks in 49 innings pitched.
And Granderson tees off on the first pitch. One of the reasons he's emerged as a MVP candidate this year is how well he handles left-handed pitching. When in Detroit, he very often was on the bench when a lefty was pitching.
Well, look at his concentration right there. His eyes. Look at that, right on the ball. And that's one thing Ron Coomer was talking about. He's lowered his hands a little bit, going right into the pitch. He picks up his second straight hit against a left-hander. He got a base hit against Maharis and now against Perkins. Oh, it's hitting .284.
With a dozen home runs. Here's Teixeira, and the Yankees putting together a 2-out threat. The Twins have just gotten within range. They're 2 runs down. And the first 2 outs in the 8th came easily, and now Jeter in his hustle getting a base hit. Granderson lining the first pitch from Perkins for a hit. Now it's 1-0 to Teixeira.
I don't know how much of that is confidence too. You know, you go to a new ball club, all of a sudden your manager, you know, Joe Girardi says, hey, you're playing against righties and lefties, and I don't care how you do, but we're going to make yourself better against left-handed pitchers. And boy, has he responded. Kevin Long, the hitting coach, I'm sure put in a lot of hours with Granderson about, you know, maybe trying to lower his hands. Whatever he has done, it's paid off.
2-0 to Teixeira. And there's a strike. His few outings for Perkins haven't been as good as most of them have been this year. And as you said, one of the reasons why his control isn't quite as sharp, missing the corners instead of hitting them. Three and one with Cano on deck.
Well, your margin for error sometimes when you're struggling a little bit. Right there, Perkins just trying to overthrow that fastball. Now you find yourself in a 3-1 count rather than maybe 2-2. Then you can throw that nasty slider. Now he kind of put himself into a fastball situation. And he goes to the slider and walks him.
Strike. Teixeira's unbuckling his shin guard, but he gets another pitch.
So buckle it back up. Teixeira, I'm sure, looking fastball, got the slider. And right on that border, but Jim Wolf said he went too far. First base umpire.
There's a ball, third strike. And Teixeira, I think, thought that pitch was ball 4. So the Yankees threaten with 2 outs, but they don't score.
And Yankees, as usual, here at Target Field. We're going to break down this game and a lot more on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota postgame wrap. We'll talk about the Yankee power, 3 home runs tonight for the Yankees amongst their 13 hits here in the opener of this 4-game set. Hitting to the opposite fielders are instructional, with Kuhn and Burt and Gardy reacting to his ejection tonight in the first inning, arguing the Morneau home run call. First called a homer, then ruled foul after review. What does Gardy think about the whole thing and how it all went down? You're going to find out on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, immediately following Last Pitch with Anthony and Thome and the rest of the gang. Dick?
Thank you, Robbie. David Robertson comes out of the Yankee bullpen with New York up a pair, bottom of the 8th.
Robertson having a very, very good year. He made the All-Star team this year, making his 53rd relief appearance. You see the ERA at 1.29, 3-0 out of the best bullpen right now as far as lowest ERA in the American League. The New York Yankees, 31 hits allowed in 48 2/3 innings.
And not one of them, as you saw, a home run. Valencia will lead things off in the 8th. And he takes a belt-high strike.
He's always had a very good fastball. He's got a nasty curveball, and he's had a little inconsistency with that curveball over the years, but he's been able to get it over this year. So Sabathia works the first 7 innings through 106 pitches.
1-1.
Bullpen combined for the Yankees 3.03, the best in all of the American League. Of course, anchored by Rivera.
One and two. Valencia with a couple of hits and a run scored against Sabathia. Twins got a couple of runs in the 7th when they finally got a leadoff hit. There's 2 batters. First 3 batters all got hits in the 7th inning. In the dirt. 2-2.
Now Robertson has walked 26, 4 intentional in 49 innings pitched, but 73 strikeouts.
Anthony Schwarzak warming up. Low with a fastball, and it's a full count. Valencia, it goes against his nature. He's taken 5 pitches. Rene Thome on deck. That's to left. Hanging in the air for Gardner, 1 away. Thome to the plate before he does. Fox Sports North Outdoors is your home for the best outdoor programming early on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Gain first-hand experience from the experts on everything from fishing and hunting. Planning your next outdoor adventure. Fox Sports North Outdoors, presented by Menards. Saturdays at 6, Sundays at 8, only on Fox Sports North. Here's Thome. Outside, ball 1. Thome struck out 3 times, swinging against Sabathia. A strike.
Yeah, Robertson, I know over the years, this is his 4th year with the Yankees, but he's kind of a long man. He was a long man. Now he's kind of a setup guy with Jubba Chamberlain on a disabled list. Rafael Soriano, another one, but he spent some time on a disabled list. But this young man has emerged as a very good setup guy.
Made the All-Star team. 1-2 to Thome. Close pitch taken low. 2-2. Cervelli has a word with Brian O'Nora.
See Robertson straight over the top with that fastball. The cut fastball, the curveball, and a changeup.
Lifted foul into the seats. Twins, as they work through the bottom of the order here in the 8th, don't have much of a bench to go to. Scotty Elger, the acting manager. And Tassoni's 4th swinging strikeout of the night. 2 down.
There's that curveball right there.
You want to be a Twins season ticket holder, the only way to do so is to become a member of the Twins On Deck Circle. Currently 3,000 members strong and growing. You can sign up to take advantage of exclusive benefits and future season ticket opportunities. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit www.twinsbaseball.com. 2 gone, and here's Nishioka. Even.
I talked about Robertson's curveball. Now he looked like he threw some cutters, but here's that curveball. Good downward break. Good tight rotation.
1 strike to Nishioka. 2 strikes. Even if the Twins don't score here in the 8th, every base runner they could get would improve the odds of the middle of the lineup hitting very likely against Mariano Rivera in the 9th. As it is, if Nishioka's retired, Butera will lead things off, and then you've got to get through Revere and Plouffe to get to Mauer. And Nishioka just puts it in play weakly. And it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees up 6-4. Stay tuned for the Gander Mountain weekend weather update for Twins territory. Jim Thome hoping for a chance in the bottom of the 9th inning with the Yankees taking a 2-run lead to the top of the inning.
Let's see if Glenn Perkins, who came in relief of Alex Burnett, gave up a base hit, but then he struck out Teixeira and have a quick inning here.
Cano, Swisher, Jones to face Perkins. There's a bunt, and Butero fires to Morneau. Cano didn't get it out in front of the plate far enough. 1 away.
A good job by Drew. I like to see catchers that bounce out like that, make a nice play, barehanded, and then get the out at first base.
I personally would like to see Robinson Cano trying to bunt. He can do that anytime he wants to in this 4-game series. And in fact, if Swisher wants to try to bunt, that's fine too. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters, 3, 5, and 6 hitters, I should say, are the 3 hitters who've hit the home runs. Teixeira's 2-run homer in the 3rd. Swisher hit a 2-run homer in the 5th, and then Jones hit the solo home run right after Swisher. 1-1.
That's one note that I saw, that the almost over 40% of the runs that the Yankees score are by home run, via the home run, where the Twins are right around 25% of their runs come off of home runs.
And tonight, 5 of the 6 runs scoring on home runs. So anytime any of them want to bunt, that'll be just
They're more than welcome.
Yes, for me, for my taste, yes.
Well, it gets a point after, since Gardy's been manager of the Twins. I mean, you just hate to see these guys come into town or even go there. Twins have not had success against the Yankees at all.
Fouled back. Swisher tried to hit another one.
Well, they have 163 home runs now, and they came in leading the actually tied with Kansas City with 120 stolen bases. They're a pretty good defensive ball club also. Have 30 triples on the year.
And Perkins strikes out Swisher, 2 down.
Well, second strikeout for Perkins, getting Swisher to swing at a high pitch. Take a look at the pitch.
I think when the Twins have beaten the Yankees, now Scotty Alger is going to come to the mound. When the Twins have beaten the Yankees, it's been something dramatic late, usually involving Jason Kubel, who's not even here at the ballpark tonight. Remember, Kubel hit a big grand slam against Rivera in New York last year. Matt Capps is coming in to try to get Andrew Jones and finish off a 1-2-3 inning. Some hits, some base runners, but no runs so far, and Matt Capps will try to keep that going.
Get the last out here. He's brought in to get Andrew Jones out right here. Good job by Perkins. 1 inning, 1 hit, a couple strikeouts. Capps making his 53rd relief appearance. He worked in yesterday's ball game in Detroit. 1 shutout inning. He pitched the 8th inning. She got the win in yesterday's ball game.
Jones with a home run, a single, a warning track fly ball, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Half swing and a strike.
Well, Jones guessing fastball right there. A breaking ball.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
Another breaking pitch, missing 1-1. Red Sox will take a 4-3 lead to the bottom of the 9th in Kansas City. off-speed pitch missing. 2-1. So Jones waiting for a fastball, but so far it hasn't come.
Butera sitting way away. And he hits his spot. There's the fastball. What a good pitch.
Two and two. Just off the plate, full count. Eduardo Nunez on deck. Hit a long way, but I think it's going to go foul.
Remember the first pitch, he was sitting on that fastball? He was sitting on that slider right there. Boy, did he hammer it. Oh, a nice souvenir for that young man. He was sitting on this slider. Wow. Got the head out.
Is it still a slider if it doesn't slide?
It's just a hanging slider.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is.
All right. It didn't look like a movement.
Yeah, moved way out there.
3-2.
Go fastball in on it. Get in there. There you go. Jam him. Yes.
Chopper. And a foul ball. Fouled it off his foot, apparently. In the 6th inning, a walk and a single, no run scored, a leadoff walk in the 7th, a couple of 2-out hits in the 8th, no damage done, and now Caps trying to finish off a 4th scoreless inning for the Twins bullpen.
Go back in there again. Now they're going to go away.
And he missed. So a walk putting Jones aboard, and that gets Nunez to the plate. Nunez singled and scored in the 2nd. Since then, a strikeout, ground ball, and another ground ball turned into a double play. Indians have just beaten the White Sox 4-2. There's a line drive, and the Yankees are going to put together a threat with Jones rounding second. Nunez flying to second, and he's in with a double. Spread eagle head first slide, and now the Yankees have runners at second and third with 2 outs.
See, that's the arm of Ben Revere right there that the Yankees took advantage of. Nunez, good hustle right here. Jumped on that first slider and hits his line drive over the head of Nishioka. Now you see Ben Revere getting to the ball quickly, but Nunez running on Revere's arm. And right there hustling down the line. I'm sure Mick Callagher saying keep going. And a head first slide for a double.
So another Yankee threat now, a walk with 2 outs in the 9th, a double, and here's Francisco Cervelli. Caps trying to keep this game within reach. They know they're going to face Rivera in the 9th if it stays a 2-run lead. Sticks a fastball on the outside corner. Another one.
Cervelli saying, wow, there's not much I can do about those last 2 pitches.
2 strikes. Fouled back.
Too good a pitch. Too good a pitch right there.
Looks like he got too much of the plate there.
Well, I've just seen Matt Capps just kind of leaving a lot of pitches up. That slider was up to Munoz. That'll work out front. Get that ball down. Especially when you're ahead in the count. Can't make mistakes.
And Capps and Butera will talk it over.
You see Cervelli, he's right on top of the plate, too. Capps doing all the talking right here. So we'll see what Capps wants to do.
Two strikes to Cervelli.
See where he's standing right there.
The pitch up. Now 1-2.
All 4 pitches have been outer half of the plate. Going back out again. You can see Andy almost talking that he's diving right there. You got to go hard in on him, at least to see what he will do.
1-2. Slider missing 2-2.
See the all the pitches. Everything has been away, away, away. 6 pitches so far in this at bat, not one inside.
Smoked off the glove of Valencia, and 2 runs are going to score. So Cervelli finally got one. Looked like it was in the inner part of the plate. And he drilled it off the glove of Valencia.
Well, Butera sat away, but the ball again left, hittable pitch. Kelleher congratulating Cervelli at a good at bat. See how ball came back in. Danny knocked it down, but then 2 more runs score. It's an 8-4 ball game.
So the 2-out walk.
Let's take a look at a pitch. I mean, it came right back into the swing of Cervelli. Not one time did they go hard in on him.
Up here looked like it was in because, as you said, he crowds the plate. A double, now a single that drives in a couple runs. And that kicks away from Butera and goes into the Yankee dugout. And Cervelli advances to second. So a wild pitch, allowing Cervelli. Rivera sits down. Now it's not a save situation, and Corey Wade gets loose. Two and 1. Should be the 20th pitch thrown by Capps, and he came in with the bases empty and 2 out. The battle with Jones, where he ended up walking him, has eventually cost the Twins a couple of runs. Chopped toward first, and Capps has got to get to the bag, and does, to retire Gardner. But Cervelli with a big 2-run single. And the Yankee lead is doubled. is our Jimmy John's delivery man of the game.
Well, looking for win number 17. CC Sabathia, 7 innings. The Twins had 4 hits the first 2 innings, but then after that, Sabathia settled down, 9 strikeouts. The ball game for Sabathia, threw 106 pitches, 74 for strikes.
The Twins got it within 2, but now it's 4, and Corey Wade comes out of the Yankee bullpen.
Wade started the season with the in the Tampa Bay Ray organization, was released by the Rays on June 11th. The Yankees signed him on June 13th, and then 2 days later he got called up from AAA, making his 22nd appearance.
As the game reset, Twins had a 2-1 lead after 2. The Yankees started hitting home runs and now lead at 8-4.
Well, it would have been nice if it was a 6-4 ball game going into the bottom of the 9th inning. Let's go. Use some luck here. We're here by circle.
Not Luke Skywalker, but Luke Hughes, who's here at the ballpark. He missed his flight. He was at the wrong gate in trying to get here earlier today and arrived in Minnesota. Scheduled to arrive right before game time, and he got over here to the ballpark as quickly as he could, and he'll hit for Drew Butera. Ben Revere, Trevor Plouffe will follow, and then the Twins hope to still get to the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, 4th time that Luke Scott has been with the Twins this year. Luke Hughes, excuse me.
1 strike. Two strikes.
Scouting report on Wade, 28 years old. He had shoulder surgery in March of 2010. And he makes quick work of Luke Hughes. So he's got a pretty good curveball. You see the sidearm, almost like a big sweeping breaking ball.
1 down. Here's Revere. Drove in a run with a single, his 2nd straight single against CC Sabathia. Boston beat Kansas City 4-3. And the Indians sent the White Sox back below the 500 mark 4-2. Strike 1. One and one. Few days ago when the Twins were anticipating return to relative health. The plan was for Revere to play some in left, a weak ground ball to Cano, and now Span's back on the disabled list, the 15-day list, so we'll expect to see Revere out there in center field on a regular basis. 2 down here in the 9th. Plouffe will hit, hoping to keep the game alive for the Twins. Strike 1. You know, one of the strengths of the Yankee bullpen, the individuals, the participants have changed over the years, but the one common theme is they throw strikes. And we've seen it just tonight from Robertson in the 8th and Wade here in the 9th.
Well, he's thrown 8 pitches, 7 strikes.
Two strikes to Plouffe. Twins are down to their last strike. And fouled off the mask of Cervelli, and it almost hit Mauer.
Sidearm type fastball inside.
That's down the line, but foul, and Plouffe cracked his bat.
Davis has some major league experience with the Dodgers in 2008 and 9, then spent some time in the minor leagues and then had the shoulder surgery. Now the throws across his body.
Just
Just
misses.
misses.
1-2. Bounce to third. Easy pickup for Nunez. And the Yankees beat the Twins 8-4. Anthony, the Twins are having a tough time these days winning back-to-back games. They win the series finale last night in Detroit, but they lose the opener here against the Yankees.
Struggles with the Yankees, nothing new. We'll show you how it happened tonight. We'll take a look at the Yankee power that was the difference in the game. Our instructionals hitting to the opposite field, and we'll hear from